Okay, guys. So our daily topic today, we're going to discuss Ripple. I'm an XRP holder. In fact, most of our holdings are XRP. I have been holding XRP 2016. In fact, I have XRP just locked up, sitting away, waiting. Because as we say, you have to. Why is my cat in here? I am getting I think we have a storm coming through here in Dallas, and allergies go, man. If you live in Texas right now, let me know how you deal with these allergies, because this is tough. But I've seen some things. We got Bitcoin conference going on, right? You got the Miami Bull they just put out there. But behind the scenes, you got all this talk that we do on the show all the time about CBDCs, right? We do it. We speak about it all the time. So before we get to the Ripple topic, let's go through a couple other articles to kind of help us out and discuss what we are setting up, what we're going to discuss. And this is one: BNY Mellon to become primary custodian for Circle's USDC stablecoin reserves. Now, it's crazy. This is something we discussed a long time ago. I'm going to whisper like Joe Biden. Right? This is something we discussed a long time ago. That Circle, USDC, and BNY Mellon. Now, I just thought of this, but we're going to do this. We're going to go PolySign. And this is just me going off the top of my head. We're going to go off the top of my head by doing this. Showing you this right here. Tim Keeney, retired vice chairman of BNY Mellon, head of asset processing and global markets, led an organization of 25,000 people responsible for custody of 25% of global institutional assets. Now, what am I talking about? You guys know PolySign? PolySign. Who created PolySign? David Schwartz is a board member there. Arthur Brito is the founder. He also is the co-founder of Ripple Labs. David Schwartz, the CTO and chief cryptographer at Ripple. Oh, by the way, Antonato Gorman, the CCO, chief communications officer, used to work at Ripple Labs. So you see that connection, and then I'm going to show you this Circle, USDC, BNY Mellon. Do you see that? BNY Mellon. Do you see the connection? We're going to continue to connect. Stablecoins, CBDCs. It's going to run on RippleNet. It's there. It's big, all behind the scenes. Quant is going to connect it all behind the scenes. All behind the scenes. And I want to show you this because I want to get to CBDCs, but I want to show you this real quick because this is important. China-led Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank freezes Russia lending. Okay, so AIIB is something I looked up recently, and I'm not going to go into the details of it, but I just want to set this up and show you this article for something down the road that I'm researching, specifically the Asian Infrastructure Investment Banking. Okay, specifically that, and that is because of the Telegram group have kind of brought this to my attention. So I just want to show you that. I'm going to introduce you that to later, but let's jump into today's story, and then I'll show you some of the other stuff. So I want to read this article to you because central bank digital currencies is the forefront of everything right now. The absolute forefront of all the financial systems. You see with Serbcoin talking about the other day with the Serb Bank issuing the digital currency. To do that, we also need the digital dollar moved. You got the digital yuan, you got the petrodollar, you got the digital ruby going, you got the CBDCs with Jamaica, the Caribbean, Brazil, the UK, France. It's everywhere. So I want to read this to you because the most important thing is, as we huddle, we lose our patience. Right, guys? Like, we lose our patience. And I don't want you to lose your patience, because I would hate for you to be like, man, I should have held on in 5 years, 4 years, just to get through the struggle now. And that's what I try to preach to the clients, right? Like, or to you guys in general. This is financial advice right here. When I tell people put it in back and act like it didn't exist and burn it, that means leave it alone. Let it sit there until you're able to retire off of it. Not when you make a little bit, Because that's how people who win the lottery go broke. Or that's how NFL players, NBA stars go broke, because they don't know how to invest and let their money make money. And that's the point of anybody who invests in Ripple and cryptocurrency. Serena Williams was on the Bitcoin conference I was showing you guys in the pre-roll on this show. She said she's been investing in digital assets for 9 years. She has made more money in the last 9 years off digital assets than her own pro athlete career because of hodling. And that's what it is, guys. Patience. So what if it's the same price a year and a half? Patience. If you know utility, patience. And here you go. Let's see why. It says here, in a recent, I'm going to make this a big screen for you. Let's make it a big screen this way. There we go. In our recent survey of over 1,600 financial leaders across 22 countries, we uncovered some pretty astounding insights. A whopping 85% of payment leaders at financial institutions globally think their country will launch a digital currency in the next 4 years. Do you see that? The next 4 years. If these 2 last years of the pandemic has taught us anything, is that time flies. So this begs the question, what needs to happen between now and 4 years from now in order to make those launches possible? It turns out there's quite a bit to consider, not only as central bankers and commercial bankers, but as individuals as well. In our first topic post, we discussed why the term financial inclusion has become such a buzzword. Let's highlight that. Financial inclusion has become such a buzzword when talking about central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, and how we at Ripple succinctly define it. Hint, making services available to people who don't have access to them today. That's why they are saying the word CBDCs. While the insight gleaned from our research and promising in the uptick in the global CBDC exploration, encouraging, there is still much to be addressed in regards to how the implementation of these digital currencies will impact society. What primary hurdles we need to collectively overcome in order to achieve that vision of a more financially inclusive future. So, what I want to do real quick is stop right here. I want to stop and I'm going to type in something. We're going to Google. Okay? We're going to Google world bridge currency. That's it. I'm not going to put anything else. Let's do the job, Google. Do you see? What else do you want? I'm going to continue to read the CBDCs to you. But what else do you want? I mean, Google's telling you right there. You type in world bridge currency, unless the head of Google is messing with the algorithm all of a sudden, right? All of a sudden messes with it, and then boom. Just type it in. Now, this is something not new, but this is to show you. And what I want to tell you is what you invest in, hold on. This is me telling you to hodl. That is what this episode is. Google world bridge currency. Now, why am I telling you this? Because someone who deals with clients consistently, lack of patience. Lack of patience is what's killing them. Warren Buffett said this, right? Warren Buffett said this. Investing in the stock market, all it is, this is how simple it is moving money from the impatient to the patient. That's it. That's it. Moving money from the impatient to the patient. That's all it is. So people are like, well, how did Warren Buffett and all these people get so rich? That's because people gave them their money. Gave it to them. Just be patient. And this is a perfect example. World bridge currency. Just Google it. XRP comes up. So when you read articles like this and you see something that says like use cases, right? A quick recap. And CBDCs, and them talking about this from hype to how, it's a reality. But they hit it on the part of like developing countries talking about needing an ID to open a bank account. About CBD, they're pushing this Now, I got to tell you and be fair, Ripple is in bed with the World Economic Forum. Okay? I need to tell you this, just in case you haven't been watching this show or you're new to the world. Okay? You're new to the world. Ripple is in bed with the World Economic Forum. I'm going to tell you that. Okay? And as a believer, this is an issue, right? But how are we going to use what is where this is going? Because Ripple is in everything. They are in everything. Okay? Like everything. I'm just going to point that out. They are in everything. Wherever you look, anything financially, Ripple is under that rock. And we're going to dive more into that because I think people are forgetting about really how to dive in and connect dots versus just the SEC stuff right now and all this. I think we just need to really work on connecting dots step by step prophetically and where they're going. And as much as I see Ripple, people ask, well, as a Christian, how do you do this with cryptocurrency knowing it? Well, what the devil meant for evil, God will use for good. And if we can do it right, it will work out, right? Put him first, Christ first, and we'll be there. But in the meantime, what we invest in is Ripple. Ripple works not just with the World Economic Forum, but with the U.S. government. Remember, the SEC is not part of the U.S. government. They are a private entity, just like the Federal Reserve. But then they use the U.S. government to sue. Okay, I'm going to point that out. The Federal Reserve and the SEC are not government entities. They use the government as their people because they are part of the banks. They help control the money. And so when you follow the money, Ripple is in every single thing. Everything. So the World Economic Forum wants you to own nothing and be happy. They want everybody to be on the blockchain. They want to control everything, right? And Ripple's right there and pushing for private and public ledgers. So when they talk about this stuff, they're pushing that agenda aspect of it, right? And this is where I struggle when it comes to it, is the morality in what you invest in. But I tell you this right now, 99% of companies, when it comes to investing in them, do you really know what their moralities are? You don't. Because you can't even use Jesus Christ anyway. You can't use his name in a positive manner in the world anyway without blowback, right? Because it's an all-inclusive world these days. So what I want to continue to read here to you is the offline access, and this is the key right here, right? Is how to use and move money on offline. And here it says, in order to access and use CBDCs, internet access is required. We know this, and this is one of the reasons Cardano, ADA, is a big thing because, let's see if I can find this. ADA, non-internet let's see if I can find it real quick. If I can find that article. ADA Cardano. It's going to go off on a... let's see. I'm going to look for that later. Oh, here. Is this it? Cardano's pursuing an offline solution for cryptocurrencies. Yeah. Okay, so Cardano, this is what it was, 2 years ago. I remember reading this. 2020. Okay, this is one of the reasons I was like, man, let's go Cardano. Jump on this Cardano because they partnered with Hyperledger. Okay, they partnered with Hyperledger. We know Hyperledger is there with everybody, including Ripple. Ripple is behind Hyperledger and entity data and all those things, right? Anyway, Cardano is working on a solution that they can make transactions without using the internet as part of a chip. Okay, and I said chip because yes, chip. I said chip. Chip as in mark, beast, buy, sell, what we talk about on the show. That's kind of why I'm looking at all these technologies, because you see how they're all going to come together. And although right now, 100%, I believe ADA is a dead project right now because it's just not really moving forward, but it's a patience game. Cardano will be there because they're doing bigger things behind the scenes. Ripple doing bigger things behind the scenes. It's not a big marketing push for speculation, right? So CBDCs here, it says, because of all of our smartphones, how are we going to move pace with moving money? And that's where they're going there, right? It says currently 7% of all Americans say they don't use the internet. 7% of Americans don't use the internet. Let me know what 7% don't use the internet, because I show you a liar. That means that person doesn't have a phone, period. 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 And that's crazy to say 7%, because that's a lot of people. So Now, it says CBDC platform designs need consider offline access, right? Again, and I'm talking about this, and I know I brought Cardano into it and Hyperledger into it, but then you got your CBDCs, and as I showed you before, BNY Mellon and Circle and USDC, guys. And this is where it's kind of connecting everything. XLM with IBM comes into, and then Hedera Hashgraph, HBAR comes into, right? What's going to connect all of those, and I'm going to show you. And I don't have it all here. Quant network. Okay. The Quant network is what is going to connect everything. Everything that's distributed ledger technology based is going to connect it. So listen to what I say. HBAR, okay, XLM, XRP, XDC. Those are four that are just off the chain right there. Distributed ledger technology to help with this whole system. Each one is different, from retail investors, right, to institutional investors, to private ledgers, to public ledgers, to non-internet activity. We still need to move money if the internet goes down, and they're trying to figure out how, which I'm sure they already know how. Okay. Then they also talk about security, which we know, but here's another one. The last part. Okay. While there is work to be done to pave the way for a CBDC, central bank digital currency driven future, the journey ahead is an exciting one and undoubtedly promises a more inclusive, sustainable financial system. Digital currencies offer many additional benefits that are currently unmatched in today's financial landscape, and we're confident that central banks, commercial banks, and society as a whole can work together to overcome the hurdles and create a clear path forward as we continue to prove out the technology, pilot projects around the world, and ensure equal and equitable access. They're close. They're close, if not done already. They're close, if not done already. And I played this for you. I'm not going to finish it out because there's no need to, but I was just playing this for you in the pre-roll, right? Liquidity Hub, what's in store for the rest of the year? And you heard him saying, we're there. It's adding. This is the Sheesh Burla, right? We're almost there. We're adding. Guys, I want you to know, it's just not one coin to rule them all. Here we go. If I can find that. Where are you? So I can open you real quick. Here we go. This is Quant. Do you see? It's all connected. There's an underlying sets of things that you'll hear from the government or you won't hear from the government. Right? Like someone told me right now who runs the internet. But it obviously works. How is it built? What's the infrastructure of it? The Wi-Fi. Do we know? No, we really don't know as deep. I mean, we can if we research. I'm sure there's geeks like I'm a geek in this. There's geeks in others. But could you invest in it like you wanted to? Boom. The blockchain, Avalanche, Bitcoin, Cardano, Constellation, which is Stag, Cosmos, Ethereum, EOS, IOTA, Neo, Polkadot, VeChain, XRP, Tezos, and XLM. All connected. Hyperledger, Corda, Quorum, the Ethereum blockchain, Swift, Venmo, Walmart, Barclays, Cinderblock, Santander, Credit Suisse, Oracle, JP Morgan, Intel, Samsung, Amazon Web Service, Cisco, iCloud, Microsoft Azure, Samsung. Should I keep going? Facebook, Twitter, Dropbox, eBay, Instagram, Shopify, Telegram, Apple Pay, Google Pay, Amazon Pay. Do you catch my point? That is where this is going. When it says CBDCs, that's to connect the whole world. So when I ask you to Google World Bridge Currency, you get XRP. But with XRP is everything because it's what? Interoperable. So keep that in mind when you guys are on this. Know what you own, hodl what you own, and don't sleep. I was going to say on Quant, Ilya says don't sleep on DAG. And he definitely sends me a lot of asked me to do a lot of charting, specifically Constellation DAG, right? So please pay attention, HODL. This is not a short-term thing. I think we got another, I think 2025, to be honest, is our key to anybody who is holding right now. Certain amounts, and I'll get into that. Maybe I'll do a show on certain amounts. By 2025, you'll be clear. Quant, Ripple, XLM. I'm talking retirement. Retire. Done. So that's my thought process. If you can invest in the World Bridge currency, where are you going to be at when it goes live? That's what I leave it there, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. This is the section. We do the breaking news, the daily topics today. And today's daily topic, was Google World Bridge currency. So make sure you do the social media thing, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I go live. I will upload this section later. And for now, that's the Hey guys, thanks for watching. Please make sure you like, subscribe, share this video, subscribe to this channel, and do the thing that people do on social media. At Twitter, at TikTok, New Creation Capital. Let us know, guys. Thanks so much. I hope you guys have a great day. Later, guys.